Hello. Today is July 5th, 2025, and the top news of today is the passing of the actor Julian McMahon. He played in Fantastic Four as Doctor Doom, but so what I do on my channel is that lately I paint something and I tell you that it's going to be on the top news in the world news, and I showed that the last few days that, or the last few months or so, or some time here, that I paint something and then it will be in the news. So again, we see here that so this is my painting. I painted Sleep on June 26. Wait, I have to fix that. June. And so yes, I have this inspiration, and I claim to be. The fuck cares, okay? It just works, okay? It's some kind of butterfly effect, and what happens is that this guy, he also played in Chasing Sleep. So yes, the world stage is kind of being decorated by, in my case, what I painted. Okay, that's what's happening, and I showed you that in the news that we had, like, yeah, the top news lately. We had Dalai Lama planning his reincarnation, aka going to sleep and waking up in a new body. We had this Michael Madsen, and I showed this clip. Yeah, Michael Madsen passing away, and I showed how he likes to sleep. He doesn't research, and in this interview, they were laughing about that and laughing a bit about him. They were laughing in that interview, and you saw in that video that there is this thing around sleep when it comes also to Michael Madsen. Then we saw on July 1st the Senate, it is working overnight again, the sleep. They're working overnight with a bill. And also remember that this bill and the Kill Bill connects to Michael Madsen. So all of this connects, also via the movie Kill Bill and via Elon Musk Kill Bill. Then you had, before that, you had Todd Chrisley's son asking to sleep in parents' room. And there are also some news about Todd Chrisley saying that he met God in a dream, aka sleeping. He was sleeping and met God. Then you have the daughter. She said that okay, this was before me painting it, before June 26th. She said that she hasn't been sleeping with anyone to get her parents out. So there is this sleep theme, and this is something that I'm picking up on. I picked up on it, and when I paint it, it becomes more intense. So we get things like this. We get the world stage being decorated by this, and we see Julian McMahon in Chasing Sleep, but he's also in Fantastic Four as Doctor Doom, and so what do I do? This is so blatant, all of this, and it's been so blatant for so long. So I have realized that everyone are cocksuckers, basically, as I said lately. You're all cocksuckers because you deny what's going on here. Look today. that Julian McMahon, top news, he dies, but he was in the movie Chasing Sleep. He was in the movie Chasing Sleep from 2000. The word itself, sleep, is there. So what you're experiencing here is a form of perfection. Looking behind the curtain. I'm trying to show you behind the curtain here what's happening. And this is something that I have discovered. I have discovered this, and I have like this phenomena of interaction is like a new dimension of freedom, and it is so weird. I know that, I mean, obviously, of course, this is weird, of course, but that doesn't, like, if I'm correct in what I do, you shouldn't ignore me. You shouldn't, like, I am doing something remarkable here. You get it? And it's like, how do you say? Even if it seems horrific, what's happening? Yes, I mean, yeah, it is horrific. You know what's happening right now to the human condition. You know what's happening to humanity or whatever. Like, okay, sure, you could all just ignore what I'm doing, and you could all ignore all of this, but like, what's going to happen? You know, who knows? It's like what I'm doing here is kind of like, some people say that an idea is unstoppable, you know? So what I'm doing here is unstoppable. Even if you all um, agree on, you know, this Christopher guy, he's a piece of shit, or whatever whatever you think. Okay, I'm right in what I'm doing. It's valid. Like, what I'm doing is valid. It's true, you know. And maybe you don't like that, you know. Maybe you don't like how it looks, how things are. But still, that's how it is. And I did tell you guys that maybe I'm willing to stop painting like this if actually it was admitted what I'm doing. Because what are you going to do? Are you going to create a new law for someone like me? I'm just painting something, and then you see it resonating in the form of death. Like, people do pass away from these things. They do. I've seen it for so many, like, years, you know. I've seen it for so long. I'm used to this. I'm used to seeing, I'm used to painting some, or I don't need to paint. I'm not required to paint. I paint, or I draw, and I make art because it's a way to communicate. It's a way to make a point. I'm making a point here that, yes, there is something simple, something that is going on behind the scene, which is like, the the yeah, and it's getting really obvious. Like, yeah, it's getting really obvious. It's been obvious for so long. That's also a thing. It's so obvious, all of this. And yes, as I said, Maybe if this phenomena is admitted to be something like something real by people, then and people would basically ask me very kindly and very respectfully to not paint, to not draw. Maybe I would get it, maybe I would, okay, let's go for that, you show me respect, let's do this, let's make the world do whatever it wants, let's make things happen however it wants to happen. But that's the problem. If it is admitted that one person can do this, as I'm telling you, the way to do the road to how to explain. It's been a long learning curve. I've been learning for a long time to do this without any teacher. There's no one that taught me this. This is and there is so many other things that I could talk about that is important to like the future of things. There are so many good things to focus on. But what I do right now is that I realize there's a bunch of cocksuckers out here in the world. It's like everyone are cocksuckers, guys. You're all sucking cock in some way, okay? And like pretending that you don't suck cock or something. And like that's not cool, So I want to again make a little point here that there is no way that the top news can again and again have this strong correlation to sleep. There is something going on here. And yeah. So I guess I'll end this video now. So let's summarize again. We have seen for the last few days the top news have been about a form of mimetic around sleeping. We had Dalai Lama planning his reincarnation, which means going to sleep and waking up. He's like thinking, no, I'm not going to. Like Dalai Lama is thinking that I'm not going to pass away. I'm just going to wake up again. That's how he's thinking. It's literally sleep, guys, and this has been a focus in the world news. There's no discussion here about what this is about. Then you have the Senate. The Senate was up overnight to like 5 in the morning or something. Yes, with a so there's a sleep thing going on there, and they call it sweeping tax. Sweeping tax. It's almost sleeping, sweeping, sleeping, sweeping. The words almost wants to say a sleeping tax. They almost want to say that in the news, but they say sweeping. Okay, sweeping tax is what they talk about in news. Then you have this family that was in the top news also, like Chrisley family, those guys. And the son, 19 years old, wants to sleep in the same room as the parents. And there were more news about this. you also had this Michael Madsen, as I did a video about yesterday, him taking a nap. You have to see that video if you haven't seen it. So yeah, and now we have this. Julian McMahon passes away. He was in the movie Chasing Sleep. Do you see, like, it's like super obvious what's going on here. Again, this is the top news, and all I can think about is, like, what kind of cocksuckers do I have here listening, you know? There is, you know, you have to have an eye for consistency, like a sameness, a slow changing background stage, like the world stage, like if you can see it as something that changes slowly with some kind of theme in it. And but what I do is that I tell you beforehand that there's going to be a theme here, and so that's like super advanced. It is. Most people would decode this after it happened, you know, but I see it before. You get it? It's like super advanced. And it's so advanced that people don't even believe it's real. That's why I show evidence. That's why I tell you that, okay, this is top news. It's going to be top news, and and so on. And from my perspective, it truly feels like I am affecting the future. It feels like that because I'm so early in what I see. So it becomes, as I like to say, in a chaotic system, I get close to the initial conditions, which means that, a future state is heavily dependent on the initial condition of a system of chaos. So this is chaos theory. If anyone read about chaos theory, you will realize that a future state is heavily dependent on the initial conditions. So, in other words, me being early, seeing this, I'm super early, okay, means that I am a conscious butterfly effect. That's what I am. That's what I do. It's like this is a conscious flapping of wings of a butterfly, and things happen. I tell you beforehand it's going to happen stuff now, and I tell you that in the video that, okay, this is going to happen. It's going to be in the world stage. And then it starts happening, and like, and all that's around here are a bunch of cocksuckers. As I said, like, you are basically sucking cock right now when you don't admit what's happening here. You don't admit it, so in other words, you're a cocksucker. You get it? So let's go and do that, you know. You have to go continue now and suck cock, so do that. Okay, see you another time. Bye bye.